Would you please hold this while we talk? It's a tool we use in our business. We have a thing that we call Silly Putty tickets. Remember Silly Putty? You can shape it, stretch it, mold it. Well, we can shape and mold our tickets to your specific needs to help you increase your sales. How many local salespeople do you have?
5,
How many key accounts does each salesperson have?
3,
What size is an important account?
25,000.
And how important is new business to your salespeople?
Without a doubt, very important.
Do you have a strict plan that is designed to get new business every month?
Yes, we do have a plan.
That's good. It's always tough to get salespeople to focus on new business. By using our Silly Putty tickets, you can get them to focus on new business, and you can keep track. For example, the first step is to have each salesperson identify in writing to you which new prospect are key to them. That wouldn't be too difficult, would it?
No, that's not a problem.
Most of my clients have told me the key to building business from new prospects is for the salesperson to develop a good relationship with them, usually through constant contact. A lot of times, to build that relationship, salespeople will use an out of the office activity, like golf or lunches. Some of my clients have told me the problem with golf is that some people just may not be good at golf, or it's almost more embarrassing to play than not. And it's pretty expensive. And when was the last time you had a memorable chicken sandwich at lunch?
Never.
However, by using our Silly Putty tickets, you can get them to build these relationships and focus on new business, and you can keep track. Here's how it works. The salesperson calls a prospect who he has been working on for a while. He says, "How about joining me for a UNLV men's soccer game next week? I've got the president's seats." This is not a situation of the salesperson just giving away the seats. It's the salesperson inviting the prospect to go with him. Now, the salesperson has the chance to do some real out of the office bonding. Remember, he wants to develop a relationship through constant contact. Giving the tickets away doesn't help build that relationship. How effective do you think 2 to 3 hours at one of our UNLV games would be for building a relationship?
I think that would benefit the relationship of our prospects.
Other companies thought that too. But look at one of my clients who enjoyed the success with our tickets.
Oh, wow, that looks good.
Would you be willing to do that occasionally for the right account?
Yes, I would, and I'm sure my salespeople would do it for the right account.
Would it be asking too much for your salespeople to spend one evening a month with a key prospect at one of our games?
It might be, but if it's worth building the relationship, I think that they would enjoy it after all.
Our season is about 5 months long. If each one of your salespeople took just one key prospect a month to one of our games, each salesperson would bring 5 new prospects a season. Of those 5 prospects, how many do you think would end up as customers?
I would hope at least 2 or 3.
For the example, let's say if each salesperson converted just one prospect to become a new customer, that would be 25,000 for each salesperson. With 5 salesperson, that would be 150,000. Do you see how I arrived at that number?
Yes.
You know, we've been talking about new business. You might also consider your existing clients. After all, your competitor may be out there trying to build the same relationship with your clients. Would it be asking too much to have your salespeople also spend just one evening with an existing client as well as one evening with a prospect?
I'm sure that they'll appreciate the night out of the office.
To give each salesperson one game a month to take out a prospect, you would need 5 games a month. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, I follow.
You would need a similar amount of games per month for your salespeople to take existing clients out to the games. You would also need 5 games per month. You need a total of 10 games per month. Now let's talk about which type of ticket package would work best for you. Based on what you've told me, here's what I suggest you do. Our best seating area is the club level. With these seats here is what you get. The cost to have a planned, controlled new business effort is really quite nominal for the return. For each one of your salespeople to take just one key prospect once a month and one current client a month, you would need 10 games per month or 100 games per season. The return on the investment is substantial. If each salesperson brought in one new piece of new business because of this focus on new business, your sales would increase to 125,000 because you need 60 games. I would recommend 4 full season tickets. That would leave 21 games for your employees or more customers. Your cost for 4 season tickets is only 14,000. How happy would you think you'd be with those results giving this plan a try?
After all the benefits that my prospects and current clients would get, and even the employees, I think I would be really happy.
That decision would be worth at least 125,000 in new business to you, and maybe even up to 250,000 in new business. I can get this order in today and reserve you prime seats. Would you prefer the account in your name or your company's name?
I like the concept, but it costs too much.
How do you mean?
Well, we've had a tough year and cut some budget, so I have to be smart on expenses.
I can understand that. Think about it this way. You said yourself that you thought you could generate 125,000 in new business for a pretty reasonable cost of 14,000. That sounds like a pretty smart move on your part. What is it really here? What is it that you're really hesitating?
I'll just buy the good games from StubHub.
I can understand how easy it is to buy from StubHub. However, StubHub had some weaknesses for businesses. You can't really plan in advance with a controlled new business strategy. You never really know how much you'll pay for tickets, and most importantly, whether you can get decent seats. You also don't get access to the other features and benefits of being a ticket package buyer with a team. What is it really causing you to hesitate here?
Not sure, but looks pretty good. Let me talk to my salespeople and make sure they're into it and get back to you.
When would you talk to your salespeople about this?
Thursday.
You said earlier that it wouldn't be too much to ask for your salespeople to spend one night a month out with a key prospect, right?
I think it's reasonable.
And you said you thought UNLV games were a good place to develop relationships, and there was a potential of 125,000 in new business, right?
Sure.
Then, with all due respect to your salespeople, why let them even vote on it? Why let them vote on 125,000 of new revenue for your company? If you think this will work, and you think they can spend just one evening a month with a prospect and generate 125,000 to 250,000 in new business, what's there to vote on? What if they voted no? I had a client last year who was concerned about whether his salespeople would use the tickets. Here's how well it worked for him. Why don't we do this? Let's sign you up today and we'll use the opt-out clause. Here's how it works. You're meeting with your salespeople on Thursday. I'll write next Monday's date at the top of the agreement. You have until that date to opt out if you decide that this isn't for you. This way you can get better seat locations. But your sales staff really fights you on this. By next Monday, just call me up and I'll cancel the order. Can I reserve those seats today?
Sure.
Okay. Can I get your credit card information?
Yes.